Hello, hello, hello. My boys, how's it? How's life? How's trading? How's everything? How are you guys doing? Hope everyone is doing excellent. The market has gone up since last week, since the show last week. Played exactly like we wanted it to. Absolutely beautiful, huh? It's nice when something goes the way you want it. Last stream, I think we were streaming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're streaming down here, bull tarting into resistance. A week later, we're up a shitload. You love to see it. You love to see it. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the clickbait title, which I mean I think is actually a valid discussion to have. So we'll talk about that too, and then we can talk about whatever you guys want to. I guess we'll see. We'll see what we kind of come up with as we go along. S&P top? No, I very much doubt it. I actually like the S&P here. It's at support, and it closed above the diagonal. Excuse this ugly chart. It's for myself, not for other people, but I can still share it. So you have this diagonal. Reason why it's so janky is because it's off log. And yeah, I could see the next 2 days going quite well for the S&P. If it rejects, I could see the support holding and then sending through the resistance anyway, because this is a garbage resistance. Too many tests. I don't like it. So I do not think the S&P has topped. Watching a slow grind up last week with you and being long while watching bears get obliterated has been so much fun. Happy you caught it, my friend. Happy you caught it. As always, like if you kind of, I don't know, like if you take a bigger position because of me or whatever, I mean, it's your own money. Do whatever the fuck you want to do with it. But if you feel like giving back, just donate it to charity or something. Like not everything, obviously, but a part of it. It's a nice way to give back. Because as a trader, you don't really do anything good for society. So might as well just donate to good charities or good projects or whatever the fuck you want to do. Or just put it into a shitcoin and YOLO 100x or zero it. I'm not your mom, so you guys do whatever you want to do. But yeah, Bitcoin looking sweet for the first time in a long time on the high time frames, which is just very nice to say, especially given we've been so bullish. So yeah, we'll talk about that first. The monthly time frame, I think this is really interesting. There's a good chance that we're gonna be stuck around this level on the monthly. But if we don't, it just looks absurdly bullish, right? So any close above this red box here, and we still have 2 weeks to go, it starts looking really, really good, and it starts looking like the higher time frame low is in. It's very, very rare that the monthly time frame reclaims something and it's not the bottom, right? So we reclaimed 6K. We never went here again besides the COVID crash, which was a black swan, right? We reclaimed this high, retested it before the Gigasend. You don't have fake outs on the monthly time frame. You have fake outs on the low time frames. You don't have this on the monthly time frame. It's been a straight, the best chart in crypto is Bitcoin monthly. It's just unparalleled in its beauty. It's just people don't have the time frame or the patience to kind of stick with it, but it's the best. It's the reason why I've been right on a bunch of my higher time frame swings, because I'm just like, oh, we're at monthly support, send it, or we're at monthly resistance, this is bad. So yeah, this is the chart to watch. 2 weeks more to go. If we have another push and stick around, I'm going to be very bullish if we close above this resistance. And I was very bullish, even though I didn't really have a good reason to at 15, 16K. It was just like, to me, the bad news getting kind of completely ignored, and any kind of sign of good things would just put it up, like push it up. That and the grinding into resistance made me bullish, right? But I didn't really have a good reason to be from a higher time frame perspective. If we reclaim this level, I'm gonna have a good reason to be bullish, which I'm very much looking forward to. That just means I'm gonna be even more bullish and even more obnoxious. So we'll see. For now, good. To answer the title, let's see in 2 weeks if we close above this monthly level. I'm not gonna, like, I don't really see a reason why I would sell. I'm gonna keep whatever I bought. I'm gonna keep the Bitcoin until we lose this level, if we close above it. And the same honestly is true for the weekly time frame. This looks amazing, as long as you hold this level. And there's a chance that we do this and then go up, whatever. Don't really care. As long as we're holding 19K, just looks really, really good. Anything beyond that, like, this is the easiest trading spin in a long time. I don't know why people like go completely crazy lately. I've seen like a bunch of people trying to like 5D chess it. It's not even 4D anymore. It's not even 3D chess. It's like 4D, 5D, whatever. It's like people are trying to overcomplicate a very simple thing. This is a breakout. If you didn't get on board on the lows, which I get, right? I mean, this felt pretty risky at the lows. I like to say that the lows are the least risky to buy, but it doesn't really feel like it, right? So if you didn't get that, you want to get on board here, like just from a high time frame perspective. You reclaim a range, and this is the range here. This is a setup we've talked about a million times. You have a range, you fall out of it, you come back into it, you want to be bullish. It's like one of the simplest setups that you can have. So I'm just bullish. And now we have, like on the weekly time frame, we have really good reason to be bullish, which is quite insane, right? We're up 35%-ish. And now it's starting to actually turn bullish, which has me quite relaxed sitting in my positions, because if you have a position from 16K, even if this invalidates the bullish case, which is still possible, obviously, I mean, I'm not going to lose too much money. If anything, I'm going to make some money on that trade. So cannot complain. Looks quite good. That's the short version of it. Any questions about the high time frames, or should we move on to the lower ones? Are you going to Bitcoin Miami conference in May? I'd rather not. Probably not, no. I don't think this year is going to be me traveling to crypto conferences with my girlfriend being pregnant at home. And I definitely don't want to bring her to crypto conferences pregnant. Like, fuck no. So yeah, sorry about that. It starts to look really good really fast. Yes, that's just how crypto works. It looks really shit. It goes up 200, 100, 200% on the altcoins, 50% on Bitcoin, and suddenly we're back in the game. Everyone's bullish, and people miss that switch, and then they just go full apeshit. I've seen a bunch of people go completely crazy on Twitter. I've been getting a lot of hate. People have been calling me the worst trader on all of crypto Twitter. A lot today, actually. It's kind of weird how that works. I don't really understand it, but I'm down. At least I'm the best at something, huh? If I'm the worst trader, I'm the best at sucking, which is still something. I'll take it. Is it safe then to trade immediately to reclaim on the monthly time frame, even though it's not closed? No. That's why I traded the lower time frames. Like, you basically, yes, it's starting to reclaim, but I mean, it's nothing until it's closed. This is why I've been trading the daily time frame, because I was like, on the weekly, there was no setup, right? When you look at this, there's no setup here, right? This is just like a support level that gets tested as quite weak. but I wanted to buy it because I was pretty certain it's gonna go up. The reason why I could, with my TA anyway, or why I could hold on to my buys that I did at the lows, is because the daily time frame started looking really good. We had this shakeout down here on the range. I already deleted all of these levels because I don't think they matter anymore. But we had this shakeout down here, and we'll talk about the daily in a second. And then we had the shakeout to the upside up here. That had a lot of people start to short, and a lot of longs kind of puke. And then it just started rounding out, and it's something that you love to see. You love to see it rallying into resistance like this too, and then straight up moon mission, which, yeah, we all know what happened. But that's a good looking chart. And now on the daily time frame, right? Because we talked about the monthly and the weekly, we're back in the range. We're back in the old 20K range. I am still arguing, and I maintain the idea that we wouldn't have gone significantly below 20K if FTX didn't blow up. The reason why we went significantly below was because FTX blew up. And for now, it looks like that whole blow up was basically, I mean, obviously it's not as simple as that, but it's a shakeout down here, right? You have a range, you have to shake out, you're back in the range, and now you want to see that range get broken, and then we're full blown back bullish on the lower time frames. Like, this is already quite good on the lower time frames, but if we break this range, it's gonna start looking really, really good. So we have a good looking weekly, we have a monthly with potential, and we have a really good looking daily, which is quite nice. Worst trader literally made all the best trades. I mean, it's just how it is. People get mad, I guess. Would a bit of sideways consolidation move on Bitcoin be a good thing? If so, whereabouts? I mean, just here. And yes, obviously. Like, if this just goes sideways here, that'd be a good look. If it goes straight up, that'd be a good look. If it goes down, be still fine. You don't necessarily, I don't want to see it go back to 19K. That's too deep. But it's still support, so I wouldn't hate on it. But yeah, almost everything is a good look at this point. This is how Bitcoin trends start, and you don't want to fade it. Like, there's a good chance we're just in here, and we're gonna get another push much higher. Doesn't have to, like, this didn't go back to all-time high, and then it eventually broke down quite a bit, right? So doesn't mean the bottom's in, but it could. And we could just be in here, and we have like 2/3 of the rally to go, which 2/3 of the rally would put us squarely at like 40K. I think 40K isn't even too unreasonable. Obviously people are gonna lose their fucking minds about it, but this is a bear market rally, right? And bear market rallies can go much faster and much further than you'd think. And I mean, I wouldn't discount it. I'm aiming for 30K for now, but I'm down to take it to 42. And yeah, I'll just, for me, right, this is the same as it was at 60K. Like at 60K, when we broke down, I was like, there's no reason to be bullish anymore, because we lost the range, right? We lost the range. There's no reason to be bullish. It's the exact same setup, just in reverse. Look at this. You have a range here, right? You lose it, you're like, why would you be bullish? I don't really get it. You can be bullish when it comes back here again. But like at that point, there's no reason to be bullish anymore. Well, we just did the same thing. We have a range here. And what are we doing? We broke it to the downside and we came back up. There's no reason to be bearish here. Like, I don't get it. Like, how does this make any sense? It's the exact same thing. Like, why are people that were bullish here now bearish here? Like, it makes no sense. It's the exact same setup. We're very low. We basically did the typical 80% retrace that we do every single bear market. We have a bunch of memes on our side. Like, why be bearish here? If you want to be bearish, just be bearish below 19K. Like the same exact setup that I set back at 60K, where I was like, my bros, just be a little bit careful until we reclaim 60K. Then you can be full bull tart. Now, well, it's the same here. Be full bull tart until we lose 19K. It's that simple. And it's not like you're going to lose a lot, right? The people are trying to step in front of this thing, shorting it. But I mean, if this is going to lose 19K, you can stop out at 18, you're going to lose 10%, and you stand to gain 50. Or if this is the bottom in general, and it's the bottom of the bear market, well, you stand out, like, there's so much more to gain than there's to lose. And structurally wise, it's just bullish now. Now, I'm saying that, and I bought a couple times on the way down, but so far I haven't got caught in anything. I got to sell it every time before it broke down. But now I don't even, I just look at this and there's no reason for me to sell it. I'm just going to keep it. So, yeah, that's that. Let me quickly read the chat and then we keep on going. Do you think any buy around 20K is still a generational buy for long term, 1 to 2 years? I mean, long term isn't really 1 to 2 years. Long term is like 4 or 5, but I think 20K is a good buy, yeah. So yeah, that's just like, if it's the bottom in or not, it doesn't really matter. This is we're trading the inverse of this is the same. And as long as that's the same, I'm going to expect it to do the same thing. I think I'm even on the bearish side by saying, okay, I want to see 32K, because, I mean, this could just be the bottom, but I want to see 32K and not more. Because then I think we just basically have this, and then we have this, and then we could have like a range here, and it basically equalizes around 30K. Like that would make sense to me, but we'll wait and see. And I'm more than happy to take profits the moment I get something that disagrees with my TA, as in like if the market moves in a way that I do not want it to. Smash the likes, pals. The Doug is the best trader on CT this year. Nah, I mean, I'm sure there's better ones. I've just been keeping my money in the bear market and made a little bit on the bounces, and now I got a good position. But I think there's plenty of people that have outperformed me. But I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? It's just as long as your portfolio grows year to year, especially in bear markets like this, it's just great, because I'm still at all-time high, which is quite nice, I'm not gonna lie. Round the top, round the bottom, yeah, send it. Wasn't the top some exact Wyckoff thing? Same here, just upside down. Don't really care about Wyckoff too much, but sure. Like for me, it's just a range fake out to the upside, a range fake out to the downside. How concerned are you that the S&P will pull us down? Earnings are potentially going to be brutal. We'll see. Not that much. Like I said, S&P doesn't look too bad to me. But like if it starts looking really shitty, I mean, we'll wait and see. Gold has had like a big rally, so we can just correlate to that. And that would be the next meme, I think. So better to buy Bitcoin and ETH still. I mean, right now, like for the next push, right? If we get a next push. So Bitcoin still looks amazing. If this pushes again and has like a rally to 22 to 24, I think it's going to outperform altcoins again, send altcoins back down. It's been the name of the game, basically. It's not surprising. I've had a bunch of people, like, it's so weird. Like, I get the weirdest mention. I had a bunch of people kind of like tweet at me being like, oh, you're such a moron, altcoins are like outperforming Bitcoin. And then I look through the list, right? Litecoin's down like 15% against Bitcoin. XRP is down a shitload. Link is down a shitload. Uni is down a shitload. Even the one that's been outperforming the entire bear market, XMR, has been down. Solana is one of the few ones that's been going up, but even that, since I said it, has been struggling. ADA down a shitload since I said it. BNB down a shitload. Dogecoin. Like, I fail to see where these people are coming from. Like, what the fuck? Like, in what kind of world are people living in? Like, I don't quite understand. But anyway, that's just kind of the current landscape, right? People are arguing with you that all coins are going up against Bitcoin while everything's down 15%. I don't understand, but it's just how it is. I don't want to complain too much because, yeah. Can you explain how you will rotate Bitcoin into altcoins and what is the best way to do it to maximize gains? That just maximize gains, whatever. I mean, at the moment, I think we're like basically what I think is the best way to play it is you have Bitcoin here. If it rallies, that'd be nice. That's kind of what I'm expecting, like a rally. I think it's gonna nuke. This is gonna like altcoins are gonna suffer on this lag on the upside against on the relative pair. I think they're gonna nuke on the USD pair on this one, and I think there you wanna be buying altcoins. Then you wanna see if Bitcoin can bounce, and that's gonna send altcoins hard. And I think that's gonna be the top for that one for a little bit, where before we go sideways or do something. I don't know how big the first impulse is, if it's gonna be to 22, to 24, to 30. Like if you have a big impulse, this is obviously gonna be exaggerated. Now altcoins are gonna eat massive shit. And then you're gonna have the same story. You're gonna have a down move, you wanna be buying there, not Bitcoin, altcoins, and they bounce, and then it's gonna struggle. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but I don't have a crystal ball, right? This is just how I look at it, and this is how I wanna play it. So I'm quite happy holding Bitcoin. I will rotate some of it into altcoins. Right now, I'm just holding off, and it's been a good choice, at least according to my charts, not to everyone's apparently, but to my charts, it's been a good choice. Stuff has been going down, so. Anyway, that's that, right? So we talked about Bitcoin. Low time frame wise, this has been quite a funny story with the whole. Oh, I forgot the name of the exchange. I made 3 memes about it and I still forgot it. That's how insignificant it is. But yeah, we've been basically grinding up, and something that we talked about in the last stream, right? When we're grinding up, I was like, oftentimes it does something like this. And I think this is basically what we're doing. Could still go like towards 20K again, but I think like these kind of moves are not necessarily too rare. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to if the S&P doesn't giga die, right? And I'm not expecting it. So all in all, just give it some time. Bitslato, yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, the fact that we're having Bitcoin just suck the air out of altcoins is gonna make this stream a little bit shorter than usual, because I don't think there's much to talk about really, altcoin wise. ETH looks excellent on the USD pair, closed above resistance, closed above downtrend lines. I don't think this is necessarily the support you want to be watching anymore. This is the one. So here 1400, that's the line in the sand. Anything below there starts looking a little bit worse, but it's not terrible, even if it does that. And honestly, for my ETH, and I like I said in previous streams, I have a bunch of ETH, I have a bunch of Litecoin, I have a little bit of XRP, not too much. I want to rotate into that later on. And I've been dabbling in other stuff. It's been actually quite fun trading in general. Stuff's been moving, so I've been trading a little bit, but not too much. And I obviously have Bitcoin, right? So for my ETH, I'm targeting 2.5K. That's what I want to be seeing. At that point, I'm more than willing to take some off the table. But for now, I'm just holding. On the ETH front, it closed above a resistance. So we have support close by now. And I think anything in here is big support. And yeah, it might underperform Bitcoin. It's been underperforming Bitcoin by marginally, honestly. Most of the altcoins, including my beloved Litecoin's, been getting smoked by ETH. It's just ETH been having really good, like whenever other stuff gets fucked, ETH is holding course against Bitcoin. It's like, so basically when you have a big altcoin day, there's a good chance ETH is up 2%, 3%, and other altcoins are up 10, 15, but the other altcoins dumped 50% during Bitcoin volatility while ETH didn't. So ETH BTC still looks excellent. This is like a clean range. We had a fake out to downside, same setup again. Color me surprised, right? You have a fake out, you have a move to the range high, and now we're kind of coiling upwards into that resistance, and we'll see how that turns out. In general, I want to be buying ETH. That's probably, if I'm like, once I'm rotating from Bitcoin, I might buy some more ETH, but we'll see. I like ETH in general. It seems a safe play, and it's just been straight up outperforming. Like, this is insane performance in comparison to every single other coin out there, in my opinion. Like, just risk wise, because there's other coins that have been outperforming ETH, very few, but they're either like, oftentimes they're either Ponzi's, or you just like, you're paying for that risk basically. So ETH's been doing you wonders. Just, I mean, went up from 84 all the way to 5K and then barely pulled back in the bear market. That's quite impressive. And you're not holding dog shit if you're holding ETH, which is quite nice, right? So ETH still obviously want to watch. Litecoin's been underperforming ETH. Everything else is just basically the same. Like ETH and Solana's been performing well. Litecoin's been struggling a little bit. Not really against the dollar. It's still up quite a bit. And I'm not changing anything. I knew from the get-go that I would get outperformed by Bitcoin in that position. But I didn't want to shift around too much, so I'm just holding this. More than happy to, especially if the USD dollar, like if the USD amount goes up, I couldn't care less. And even if it goes down a little bit, not too big of a worry. But yeah, it's been in a steady uptrend, right? You can see how, like, if you draw like a line through the price action, it's going up linearly while Bitcoin has been going up parabolically, which obviously sucks for Litecoin holders. This is why you want to have Bitcoin too, because if I didn't, I would be hating my life. I hate it when I don't have exposure to, like, if I'm right on the market but I'm holding the wrong thing. This is what a lot of people are going through, holding altcoins right now. Basically not seeing the Bitcoin appreciation mirrored in their portfolios, which is very typical for trend reversals in crypto. Whenever trends reverse, especially if it's a Bitcoin-led move, which are the good ones, you see altcoins struggle. So yeah, Litecoin, a little bit of a struggle here, but it's still up quite a bit. So not too big of a worry. On the Bitcoin chart, this is still just a pullback, but you don't want to get too much of this. This is the halvings. Basically, this is what you do not want to lose. At that point, like, this is big support, but I hate retesting that for more than a week. So if we like wick in there this month, I'd be down. But if we start closing in there, that's a bad look. So we'll see. But we still have the halving coming. So looks quite good still to me. But yeah, you don't want to hold on too hard to stuff that's been outperformed. So if there's no change in the next 1 to 2 months, like if we keep on bleeding down, I might want to reconsider this. But so far, so good. I like it. It's still up against Bitcoin since I bought it. I bought it down here, if I remember correctly. I'm willing to give back those Bitcoin gains, especially given I've made more than enough on the USD side of the trade just to have the upside into the halving. So there you go. Did you end up buying Uniswap so far? No, but I like it still. I've been not active enough to take advantage of like pumps here and there. And given I think Bitcoin's gonna outperform anyway, most of the stuff I'm not really in a rush with the altcoin front. I'm gonna be in a rush, like I said, if Bitcoin pushes one more time, comes back down. That's why I'm gonna be buying altcoins big time. Until then, just gonna chill a little bit at least, not in a rush. Why do you hold Litecoin at all? Genuine question. It seems like risk reward ratio is better with Bitcoin and ETH. I disagree. I mean, ETH is like a brainless play, but I think ETH is gonna, like, if ETH doubles from here, it's gonna get into flipping territory. I think that's gonna top the market. If Litecoin for some reason catches some wind, given the halving and everything else, it could rally like 4x and still be completely fine. So it just against Bitcoin, obviously on the USD pair, there's even more room. I think Litecoin could easily do this. And then I don't think ETH could do this. Now, obviously, the upside is much larger on Litecoin, I think, but the risk is much greater as well. So you have more risk, you have more upside. So far, ETH's been outperforming in the last week or two, even more, I think. But yeah, since I bought it, I'm still outperforming ETH. So that's also fine by me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really see where, like, ETH has upside, yes, and it might be a decent play compared to Bitcoin, but I think there's other coins that have more upside than ETH do. It's just basically ETH has become very safe now, whereas probably not gonna go to zero. That's why the returns are like not that big, but the drawdowns aren't big either. That's why it's so comparable to Bitcoin this bear market, I think. Thanks, Don. You're the absolute goat for regular folks trying to make it in crypto. You say what you mean and say it plainly. Tired of traders speaking in coded language to look good whichever way it goes. You speak your mind plainly. It helps a lot of people, and that takes balls. Thanks, bro. No worries. I'm just too stupid to codify my stuff in whatever. I mean, I just wouldn't want to see that content. But for some reason, people like it. Like if I have a range here and I'm like, okay, if it reclaims the mid range, it can either go do this, or it can do this, or it can do this, or it could do this, or it could do this. And if it does any of this, you just take like an entry, and then I'm gonna update you like once it's trading here, and I'm gonna be like, look, I had a squiggle here. I mean, why the fuck does anyone like? I do not understand. But like, I mean, most of the stuff in crypto I just don't understand, including the content. So maybe it's just me, because people seem to like it. So. Any thoughts on Genesis bankruptcy filing? No, not really. I'm the wrong person to ask. So yeah, that's that. So we talked about Litecoin, we talked about ETH. There's a bunch, like, people want to talk about Solana, but I think the Solana trade's done. It did what it was supposed to do, which is basically go to resistance. We talked about this. I didn't get any action, which is quite sad, because I mean, I should have. This is something I'm quite good at usually, but I was just like, whatever. We talked about it basically at 14, or like down here, and I was like, if it reclaims 14, it's a free trade towards at least 18. It went all the way to 25, right? So that worked out quite well without me on board. It's whatever. Shit happens. I don't really have too much fun. Given that we've run into resistance here, I think the Solana trade's uninteresting to me anyway. I think it's both on the Bitcoin pair and on the USD pair it ran into resistance. If anything, you want to see it range here. That's not right necessarily like the coin to watch anymore. It's had like a huge rally, and I think every time, like if you get a big nuke now, the eyes are on Solana and Lido. So you want to be buying that if you think the market's bottomed, because the bounce is going to be biggest. But I don't think you should. I think basically what you're doing if you're trading Solana right now is if the market goes up, Solana is going to go up more. If the market goes down, Solana is going to go down more. So you're not really like the edge that was there, which was basically if the market goes down, Solana stays flat, and if the market goes up, Solana is just turbo mooning. I don't think that's there anymore. So yeah, and Lido, people keep asking me about. It's one that I'm interested in buying, but I want to see the spotlight kind of go away from it before I do. So no, I don't really have a good level besides 1.5 for you. And if Bitcoin keeps going up, I think Lido could be outperformed by Bitcoin as well as everything else. That's why I don't really want to talk about altcoins, because Bitcoin's probably going to outperform them if Bitcoin goes up. And then we can talk about buying altcoins when I think they're actually good on a good price level against Bitcoin. Hello, sir. I have room temperature IQ. Can you help me increase it? I don't think so. I'm a duck at the end of the day. Ducks are not great educators. But yeah, I think that's it from me today. I know it's a little bit of a shorter one, but I don't really think there's too much to talk about. And I want to have some food. And yeah, want to have a nice evening. So I'll keep this one short. I mean, we talked about most of it anyway, and I gave concrete kind of plans, I think, anyway. So yeah, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are having an excellent week. I hope no one got wrecked on the upside, because I mean, I think most people that have been watching should be fine. So yeah. Wish you a good evening, and have a nice whatever it is, depending on where you're from. Bye bye.